Welcome to Carolina Aquatics, a fresh and saltwater wholesale facility located in Kernersville, North Carolina. Hundreds of species of aquatic animals are imported here from all over the world. Places like Australia, Indonesia, and the Caribbean, just to name a few. This facility will not be the permanent home for any of these animals, just a quick stop before you see them at your local pet stores. Now some of you watching might be thinking, wow, a wholesale facility is like fish heaven. But others of you might be thinking, wow, this is like fish prison. It's true, my first reaction when walking along the rows of tanks was not only awe, but shock that such beautiful creatures were in a way boxed up and jailed in these tanks. But after learning about how the facility operates from the staff, I had a totally different perspective. Number one, the fish only stay in the facility for a very short amount of time, sometimes only a few days. It really is a quick pit stop before the fish stores they are going to. Second, the animals are very well taken care of and watched over constantly by experts. If sick, they get treated for diseases, and this saves the fish that had a rough time in transport from their previous locations. Third, most of these facilities like Carolina Aquatics are aquaculture, which means that they get the animals locally and or grow them in-house, which allows less to be taken from the ocean and helps foster a more sustainable hobby for everyone. All of these things in turn cause less fish death and stress than if wholesale facilities didn't exist. For those of you who are new to this series, this is 50 Fish Doors in 5 days, a series where my friends and I travel the world to take a better look into public and private aquarium facilities to give viewers a better understanding of how the aquaria hobby and trade works. We are currently halfway through our East Coast road trip and about to check out some awesome fish stores in North and South Carolina with a couple in Georgia as well. All of this is made possible by Fritz Aquatics, Rod's Food, Aquatech Co., and Planet Aquariums.
Going for a ride in the Carolina Mobile.
We swapped out Brandon for Chris from Carolina Aquatics. We're in the Carolina Mobile.
It feels like very familiar to last year.
I know.
So you're probably wondering how I ended up sitting in a truck.
I'm stuck in the middle again.
Our first stop was one of the oldest fish stores we've visited to date, Greendale Tropical Fish and Supplies, located on Goldfish Road in Kannapolis, North Carolina. The owner, Gay Green, and her husband George took over her father-in-law's tropical fish store in the 70s, growing it from a few ponds of goldfish to a full-on fish store. I almost couldn't believe that fish had been sold in this location since the 1930s. But Green wanted to continue the legacy of her family's business, and she is exceeding expectations with an amazing fish store. We got Brandon back behind the wheel and headed over to Triad Reef Critters in Greensboro, North Carolina. This was a really clean and modern store with big displays of fresh and saltwater aquariums. They had some really cool pieces of coral, like these yellow plates and red flower pot coral, but probably their most impressive display was the big discus tank in the front. Next, we visited Nemo's Reef in Matthews, North Carolina. Very large store with really high-end coral and fish, but the coolest thing that they had in the whole shop was definitely their seahorse tank that had green star polyps in the shape of the word Nemo. After that, we visited a store called Fintastic Aquariums.
I'm David, Fintastic Aquariums, Lake County, here in North Carolina. We opened a little over 2 years ago. This was originally a surrender tank. A lot of these colonies started from frags or something that wouldn't sell in the store, and we put it in here, it's become beautiful, and now everybody wants it. So we just added our first protein skimmer probably within the last month. Before that, just these two 27-gallon Fuges. Water changes with Fritz salt since the beginning. We tried another brand, it didn't work out so great. Went straight back to Fritz. Right at a year and a half now. So
Aquaculture can really be the bridge back between retail stores and wholesale facilities, because when a store has so much coral that they can't house it anymore, they'll either give it or sell it back to their wholesale facility.
It's pretty cool when you get to do your hobby at work too. So.
There's really nothing better.
Our last stop in the Carolinas was at a store called Ocean's Floor in Greenville, South Carolina. The store had a cool, modern, smoky feel to it. That's right, I just used the word smoky to describe a fish store because of all the cool wooden stands and almost everything custom made. We drove through the night into Georgia to visit a store called Aquarium Outfitters, which had some really interesting stuff. Something I had never seen before was this concrete sump, which held just as much coral as the displays around it. As I checked out the rest of their store, I started getting this weird feeling like I was being watched. This porcupine puffer, over a foot in length, was actually really friendly. Ryan, a longtime employee, had trained this bad boy to be a friendly puffer who now likes to get pet regularly.
How old are you now?
I'd say probably eight years. When he first came in here, he wouldn't eat anything. And I got him to eat frozen shrimp after a few weeks, and everybody else tried to feed him, he would spit water at him. Hey, buddy!
I'm scared. There's another one.
Be careful.
Yeah, you better watch that finger,
be
dude.
Careful. He'll break your knuckle.
Yep.
I see you. Come on. He's a
You're like, I want the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's a people puffer.
There he goes. That's awesome.
We got up early to visit a couple last stores before we would head over to the state's public aquarium. I was really impressed by all of the stores in the Carolinas and Georgia. I didn't realize what a great region this is for the hobby and industry. Next up on 50 Fish Stores in 5 days, we see how amazing facilities like these will compare to the world famous Georgia Aquarium.